Anchors up, sails at full. Welcome to the Sloopcast. How are you doing today, Kyle and Austin?
Doing all right. Doing all right. How you fellas doing?
Really good.
Doing good. We're bringing in one of the and also our live chat.
Yeah.
We got Stuart and Spikes down in the live chat. Sometimes conversations happen before we hit start, and sometimes it's a new tradition, and sometimes it's a good tradition. And sometimes those conversations bleed into the actual show.
More of that over at discord.thesweepcast.com.
All of that over it. Yeah. Who wants to explain what the hell we're doing today?
Yeah, it's our yearly Bigten draft,
Game draft?
I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of call it.
Yeah.
So we have Jared, Austin, and myself pretending to be the three networks of Fox, CBS, and NBC, and choosing the games of, we do a snake order. We do it snakes. So right?
Do we?
Is that what we did last year, or
No.
did we just do it one through?
We
fixed.
reflect reality where Fox gets priority. Kyle, I DM'd you the full rules earlier this week. Can you just go ahead and read those, just so we have that off the bat?
Here we go. Fox, CBS, NBC all hold rights to Big Ten games. They hold a draft to see who gets what games. We will be replacing that draft. And is this a one-to-one replica of the real live draft? Hell no, it's not. We made modifications for fun. Here are the rules. 14 weeks, but we pick 16 games. We've got 2 bonus weeks, or 2 bonus games that we can pick from for any week. We do not need to fill out all 14 weeks before selecting your 2 bonus games, but you do have to have 1 game in every week, though.
I think the biggest difference between what we do for fun purposes, and this is a podcast, we do want to entertain, the biggest difference between what we are doing and what the actual networks are doing is that Fox pretty much owns a monopoly on the first pick of basically every week, which is why you're going to see Fox get a lot of the Texas, Ohio State, Michigan, and Ohio State, Penn State. And also, we know some of the games have already been announced of what network they're going to be on. We're going to ignore that for now as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're ignoring every part of that. So yeah, I mean, we change a lot of the rules for the sake of fun. Now, man, there's a lot of Fox love down in the chat. I think Ohio State fans might be sick of the noon games. I think I've heard about that somewhere, maybe. All right. First thing we need to figure out, however, is who is playing the role of what network. I have the most sophisticated selection device known to man currently up on the screen. First spin, I guess, will be to see who is Fox and therefore picking first.
Well, I think you should be able to pick, no?
Oh, you know what? That's fair enough.
Actually, you should be Fox.
Rigged.
Listen, you saw the damn thing. I don't know what to tell you. I will be Fox.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Spin.
This is so we ended up in the exact same place.
Well, we don't know that because we don't know what Kyle's picking.
It is a fixed order though, so
it is. Yeah. So does it really matter?
You should. Yeah,
well, I mean, it's preferential to pick CBS.
Yeah, I'll take third. I'll take NBC.
Yep.
All right, we have that decided. All right, so here is our selection board. As stated, Jared is playing the role of Fox. Kyle will be playing the role of CBS. And Austin is NBC. You will now also be given the representative colors of red, yellow, and orange. As I
thank you ahead of time, Jared,
board.
for not Thank you ahead of time, Jared, for not choosing blue in any of these.
Of course.
Absolutely not.
Well, you know what else? It's like the primary logo for both Fox and CBS are blue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I couldn't. So I like even the obvious reason why I couldn't. Also, like
Sure.
two of them. So you
Can't mix that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm picking first. I'm
All right.
going to make the most obvious of picks. And I will be picking Ohio State and Michigan, week 14.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes
Fair,
sense.
fair enough. And I'm going to just because of how weak
Great.
that
at
week
noon.
is. Yeah. You know what, Z Spikes? As CBS, I'm going to make this game a night game here.
Mm,
Ohio State and Texas.
yeah.
Ohio
Thought
State
those are
and
coming.
Texas.
My man.
So
Except Kyle, you have the 3:30 slot, so you didn't make it in that game.
yeah, technically.
Mm.
I can make it a night game. All of my games are night games. That's why you guys have to like NBC the most.
I dare you to pick nothing but East Coast teams the entire way through. And
No. So in my scouting period of me deciding between these games, I had 4 games listed as 10 out of 10s must watch TV. 2 of them you guys already picked.
Mhm.
And the last 2 are Penn State games.
Okay.
One of the weeks being a little bit deeper than the other. So with that in mind, I am going to take Ohio State, Penn State, week 10.
And thank you for mentioning which week it is for
Which week?
Yeah, no
sake
problem.
of keeping the show going.
Yeah. All right, back around to Jared S. Fox.
There's an obvious pick here.
There is an obvious pick.
Mhm.
I don't know if I like being obvious though, if I'm being honest. I might go a little bit outside the expectation, based a lot more so on, say, maybe scarcity. Because, but then again, there's one that covers both of those bases. Therefore, I think that does in fact become the obvious pick. And I'm going to go Penn State, Oregon, week 5.
Yeah, those are the main games there. It's
Those are definitely.
Those are the top 4.
Yeah. All right, where to go from here? Looking at the weeks here and what.
This is where the draft starts for sure.
Right.
Yeah, this is where the draft starts. I think this game could be a good week here or a good game here, just depending on how the Fighting Illini do. Let's pick Ohio State heading on over to Champaign in week 7.
I like that.
That's a good pick.
I considered it.
It's, especially as you said, if Illinois lives up to the hype, it's a huge game.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well,
Austin, you're on the board.
Yeah. I think that I am actually going to go to a week that doesn't have a lot of great games, and this might be a little bit away, and it'll be a night game perfect for the West Coast. I'm going to go to week 13 and take USC and Oregon.
I like that one.
I do too.
I don't think there's anything really great that week besides that game, so
yeah, I think that's a valid.
I think there's a couple of weeks that's like that.
Yeah, well, we'll get to a lot of this.
Yes.
All right.
Real quick, no, never mind. I thought I saw a mistake, but we're actually fine. I am up next.
Sure are.
This game, I and I'm inviting some nonsense from everybody. This is I think largely a scarcity pick based off of how weak the week is. I'll be going to week 6 for Minnesota at Ohio State.
Okay. Yeah, that week is really bad.
It's a very bad week.
It wasn't my number 1 ranked game that week though.
No. It wasn't. Not for me either.
Okay. Are we picking the actual quality of the games, or are we picking like a network and picking the ratings?
A little bit
Because
of
that
both,
will be
right?
the highest
bit of both.
rated big. That'll be the highest rated Big Ten game of the week.
A little bit of both. I am going to go, Jared. I think similar. I think week 4 is pretty weak as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I'm about to turn be an orange color here. I'm going to pick Illinois and Indiana for this one.
Ooh.
Indiana did really well last year. Kind of unknown how they're going to do this year. Illinois potentially could be really good going into they could be going maybe undefeated or near undefeated when Ohio State and Illinois goes against each other. So yeah, Illinois, Indiana week 4 for me.
Okay.
All right, that's interesting then. Yeah, there are some weeks that don't have great games, like you said. I think that I'm actually going to go to an old rivalry, and I think that this will pull ratings, and I don't think that this Michigan's going to be quite as good this year. So I'm going to take Michigan State week 9.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know, be bad blood. Probably be I'll probably just put it on Peacock. 7:30 kick.
All right, back around to you, Jared.
My turn. Let's see. I think that there is one week, and I don't know if it was within Kyle's strategy, but like week 10, there's nothing left. Like nothing left to even try.
There's one
at
okay
this
game.
Point. Right. I think there's a good ratings game left in week 10, but I'm just not willing to go there yet.
Sure.
Looking around, I think there's obviously a lot of great games, but it does still feel very sort of. Listen, hopefully for the sake of my ratings, I think Indiana is going to still be pretty good this year. I'm going to go Indiana, Penn State, week 11.
Yeah, I considered it for sure.
Yeah, that was probably my number 1 for week 11. Man, you scare me, Jared. I thought you were going to go to going to steal one of my next picks here. Very similar to the weakest week. We haven't picked any this week here. There is absolutely nothing. And when I mean nothing, you tell me, I think there's only no, there's 2. I see 2. There's only 2 kind of like just Power 4 teams kind of go at it. I think that's right. But I'm going to go week 2 for the ratings purposeless, just Grambling and Ohio State.
Ooh, I think there's actually a couple good games that week.
Yeah, but I also don't mind grabbing Ohio State for the sake of grabbing Ohio State there, either, to be honest.
And you know what? Speaking of grabbing Ohio State, week 5, I'll take Ohio State Washington. Their late kick, be a 4:30 local kick. I'll take Ohio State going out to the West Coast. I think that'll be a good ratings boost.
I was looking at that one the past couple of rounds and just ended up going elsewhere. But yeah, I think that's a great pick. All right. How many rounds is that now?
I think that's 4, 5?
4.
4.
4 rounds there.
Yes.
Kyle, do we want to do an ad break?
Let's do one more. Let's do
one more round and then we'll take a break.
Yeah, let's do one more round. All right. Okay. Kyle is right. The pickings are not great on week 2.
Out of conference games in the first 3 weeks are not great.
Marginal at best, yeah.
Right.
And granted, like we're not picking teams or picking games where they're not at a Big Ten opponent too, so that leaves like Wisconsin, Michigan, Alabama out.
Yeah, you only
Michigan,
get the
Oklahoma,
games,
Those are
Yep.
ESPN properties. Those are not Big Ten properties. So if you're wondering, hey, where's Iowa State? Where's Michigan, Oklahoma? Where's,
Notre Dame.
those are
Notre Dame.
ESPN properties. Yeah, all the Notre
Yep.
Dame games this year, it just sort of happened to fall that way. Yeah, so a lot of really good games, unfortunately, not available to us. I'm going to pull a Kyle here, and I'm going to do it before he has a chance to do it, because it seems like that's what he's doing. I'm going to go ahead and grab the in-state rivals, Ohio State and Ohio. And I'm also just, I'm drinking a Ricky from Athens Brewery, Jack Yo's. So it also feels very fitting.
If you weren't going to do that, I was going to do that, Jared. So
I told you he was going to do it. I saw the trend.
You did see the trend here. Man, I'm where to go next here. I think I'm going to ride that Illinois train here. I'm going to go week 5. I'm going to go USC, heading on over to Champaign week 5.
That's a good pick. I thought you were going to go to a different Illinois game. And this is when people might still think Illinois is pretty good. And I'm going to go to week 2 and take the only game that I think is really worth taking that week. Be a good barometer for how decent Illinois is going to be. I'm going to go Illinois Duke.
Duke.
Hey, I mean, sure.
There's 3 games.
Game. Yeah.
There's 3 games. Illinois versus Duke. I saw Oregon and Oklahoma State.
Michigan
and
State,
then
Boston College.
Yep, those are the 3 games that are.
Yeah, I think I just want to take the best one.
Opponents.
Oregon, you could argue Oregon and Oklahoma State there maybe, but I want to see Illinois play football, which I never thought I'd ever say.
Yeah.
But here we are.
All right. So that is through 5 rounds here. We've got another 11 picks to go. But we'll go ahead and take our first ad break here. TheSloopcast.com is your go-to link for anything and everything Sloopcast related. You can find our Discord page, our Patreon, YouTube, merch stores, Spotify, and much, much more. Again, all of that links over at thesloopcast.com. So take that first ad break and be back with some more drafts.
Okay. While Kyle's doing that ad read, I'm looking around like, what are the weeks that I have not partook in yet, and just sort of seeing what's available. And I think I'm gonna go week 12, and I'm gonna grab Ohio State. I don't, you really easily could have gone Minnesota, Oregon there. I think that will probably be, that's the closest thing you're getting to an even matchup there, because Penn State's playing a team they should crush. Michigan is playing a team they should crush, and I don't even like Michigan that much. So it's not a great week. So let me grab up the good property. And I think UCLA, even if they're not a great team, it's still Los Angeles and all of that. So that'll be my pick.
Sure.
I don't hate it.
All right. I'm going to break the trend here. I'm going to pick for a second game in 1 week here.
First wild card.
Yeah, the first wild card.
This is going to Paramount Plus. I
don't think so. It is 2 very, very popular programs here. 2 very popular programs here. I'm going to go with Michigan heading on over to USC in week 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good one.
I mean, if nothing else, that's a good uniform game.
And let's see. Before Jared can do it, I will take the last remaining week 7 game that is worth anything. And they might even be undefeated at this point. I will go ahead and take Indiana going to Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was another one I was considering too.
Yeah, and thanks, guys. There's literally not another quality
You're
game
welcome.
left in week 7, so I appreciate that.
Aren't you looking forward to having Iowa and Wisconsin face off? I know I am.
Or, yeah. Yep.
Or UCLA, Michigan State. It's gonna be great.
Gonna be fantastic.
Hunt Bowl. Yes.
Huh.
All right, round 7. Back to you, Jared.
Back to me. Gonna need to start strong, and strong's being pretty dang relative here. I'll acknowledge. But we need to start the year off correctly. Kyle took really the only real decent game there, but I don't want to get screwed again. So there's kind of a choice there between Penn State, Nevada versus Oregon, Montana State, just to get one of the top 3 teams. I'm going to go with Penn State, Nevada.
You know, Jared, you could have waited. That wasn't even on my board. Not even in my top 5.
Okay. Congrats.
All right.
You're not the only other one picking. You never know what Kyle's going to do. He's already...
He his last wild card, yeah.
I haven't picked really any games in the second half of the year. Just looking here, see if there's anything worthwhile to
CBS
really...
might be non-conference merchants over here.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Let's do... This could be a fun game. Let's pick week 8, the Buckeyes heading on over to Wisconsin. Get some jump arounds going around here.
Define fun.
Week 8, Ohio State, Wisconsin. Austin already has that.
Oh, my bad.
No,
I did not remove that from my list. I did not remove that from my list.
No, Jared. I should have Ohio State, Washington.
Oh, did I mess up? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Which week was that?
That's a great question.
Ohio State and
week 5.
Week 5. There it is.
So go ahead. You're more than welcome, Kyle, to take Ohio State going to Camp Randall.
Yeah, heading over to Camp Randall.
There you go. I think I screwed myself there. I probably would have taken that one if I knew it was still available. At least it was me.
Good job, Fox.
Yeah.
What a way to screw up timings and all that.
That's what we do. That's what we here at Fox Sports do.
Well, we here at NBC Sports, I guess, we are going to take a game from week 4. Go ahead and snake Jared again. And we're going to go with the in-state rivalry, Oregon State.
Yeah, that's a good one.
When in doubt, pick the rivalries.
I'm not snaked yet, all right? Although I will prevent the snaking by go ahead and picking my week 4 game. And listen, I'm not saying either of these teams are all that good, but Michigan and Nebraska is going to draw ratings. Those are two elite blue blood programs. I will happily take that game.
I was going to take it in my next pick if you didn't. So
I knew that, which is why I had to go a little defensive there. Kyle, you're up.
Yep. Let me go ahead and just. There's 2 games. Which one should I go for here? Let's see. You got that one. Let me just go ahead and let's go to week 6. I'll pick Wisconsin heading on over to the Toilet Bowl in week 6.
Yeah, it's not a bad matchup. Kyle betting heavy on Luke Fickell, though. I'll say that's 2 Wisconsins in a week.
It was just
not
2.
You want to do typically.
It was just 2.
It might be 2, but it's the last 2, and it's 2 in a row.
All right. Well, with that in mind, I will go to a couple options here. I'm going to go to week 8. Week 8, and I'm going to take Washington traveling to Michigan. Rematch of the national championships 2 years ago. We can probably get a highlight package for that.
Sure. Absolutely. Why? Oh, week 8.
Big West Coast brand,
That's
small
week 8.
East Coast brand. Yeah.
Small East Coast brand. All right. Do I need to go defensive again? Do I need to go to week 8 as well? Nah, I don't. There's nothing there worth
Nothing
taking.
left. Yeah, that's the
Nothing
problem.
there. Although maybe I should play a bit of defense in week 10. And again, I don't know how good either of these teams are going to be, but still 2 great brands. USC going to Nebraska. Week 10.
Means anything, Jared. That was the second of the two games I was looking at.
There you go.
If that makes you feel any better.
No.
That leaves your game though. Then Kyle, what do you got?
Okay. I'm going to stick with USC. I'm going to stick with the Trojans here. I'm going with one of the best on-field jersey-on-jersey matchups here. UCLA and USC.
Don't even need to tell me which week that is.
And that leads me to having to... I was waiting for you to basically pick one of those 2 games because I thought there were 2 games with basically equal cachet there. So I'll take the Oregon and Washington game that week.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was waiting for one of the 2 of you to take one of them. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of hoping it was Austin. So that I could snake the other one. I'm not going to lie to you.
I was waiting for Kyle to pick one so I could take it. So.
All right. Still looking to see maybe where I'm running a bit weak. Again, I think there's 2 or 3 equally crappy games left in week 8, so I'm not motivated to go there. I think there's probably still 2 good games left in that week, and a third one that's not bad either. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna protect myself in week 2.
Sure.
Get a good brand. Make sure I don't get stabbed in the back. I'm going to make sure I get an Oregon game on the schedule. Oregon versus Oklahoma State week 2.
I considered it for sure.
I think those are the 3 games I had for week 2, and we all picked them. So,
I think there's one other one that I would have taken out of desperation, and it's just because Penn State's involved, and that's it.
Sure. I'm going to go because I think week 11 is very weak. Just give me the Buckeyes and whoever they're playing. Looks like they're playing the Boilermakers.
Oh boy. Is that their first Purdue game off the board?
It sure is. And here's a spoiler. I'm not sure we'll see Northwestern or Rutgers come off the board at all.
Listen, Purdue's the worst team in the conference, and I'm willing to say that with both feet down and all of my chest. Like, I'm not, and that's not to say that because Wisconsin's schedule is nasty. So maybe it turns out that Wisconsin has a worse record than Purdue, but Purdue's the worst football team. I don't care what the record says. That's the worst football team in the Big Ten.
I think I've got to play defense here. So I will take Oregon traveling to Kinnick week 11 and or take Oregon, Iowa there.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
That's not a bad one. Listen, I'm still a little sore about week 7, and I am looking to screw one of you. Absolutely a nooner, Spikes. Absolutely a nooner.
Oh yeah, that's a patented nooner, right? Or we could get a little Iowa magic when Oregon travels in, do some 7:30 kick, wave to the kids in the window.
Ooh, there you go.
That's
how you make an upset happen.
I'm telling you.
All right, my turn. I think I'm looking, and no, I just accidentally moved that circle up a little too far. I'm not taking Illinois at Purdue. We are not starting a Purdue run in this round. I promise that. I think what I want to do, I want to make sure even though I think there's 2 good games in this round, I'm still like, y'all got me a little paranoid at this point. So I'm going to go Ohio State. Rutgers going to Ohio State week 13.
That was going to be my next pick, so I'm happy for you that you did that.
Wow. We all
That's our
were thinking
first.
week 13. We were all thinking week 13, weren't
Oh
we?
man, I saved my ass then.
It wasn't the game I was thinking of.
Mm,
I was thinking of Nebraska heading
say,
over to
yeah.
Happy Valley.
That's totally fair. Like I was kind of flipping a coin in my head between the two of them.
That week has a couple decent games, like nothing crazy, but like Washington, UCLA, that'll be fine. Illinois, Wisconsin, that'll be okay. Like it's nothing spectacular, but a lot of like decent games.
Yeah.
And speaking of decent games, I'm actually going to go. There's a lot of options week 1, but not a lot of very good games.
Right.
I know you guys took obviously Ohio State, Texas, and then you took the big brand of Penn State. But I think what has a chance to be a pretty good game that week, especially being week 1, it's his first start. I think they're going on the road. Iamaliava, UCLA going to Utah.
That was my
Week
number
1.
2 for week 1.
Yep. I think that'll be fun. There's some stories there. You know, we can run with that week 1.
Good pick.
Or I guess it's at UCLA, isn't it?
It is at UCLA.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
just-
But even still,
Yes.
home opener, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. One more round, then a break, Kyle.
But yeah, let's do one more round.
Okay.
No, let's do one more round.
Let's do one more round. All right. I think there's a couple different ways I can go here. Do we have is every single Ohio State game taken at this point?
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's,
Yep.
If we took the
makes
Purdue and Rutger one, then it's
Probably.
probably meant that all of the Ohio State games are in fact taken. Let's see. I think I'm gonna couple different places I can go here. I'm gonna go with my first wild card pick.
Don't do it.
And I'm gonna go Penn State, UCLA.
Yeah, that was probably the best game that week. So fine. I haven't picked my week 6 game yet, but I'm not really worried about it.
Kyle, your turn.
It is my turn. Oh, the pickings are slim now.
Kyle, I've got my finger on the pulse of a pick right here, and if you take it, we might get a clip out of it because we'll lose my mind.
Oh, I think I am going to pick a Penn State game here.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm going to go
Austin
week
reacted poorly to
12.
that.
I'm going to go to week 12, Penn State and Michigan State.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had my eyes on that. Remember
There's just a
when
couple
they tried,
games.
remember when the Big
Yeah.
Ten tried to convince us for like 2 decades that was a rivalry game? Good times.
Pepperidge Farm.
And then they
remembers.
then it ends up Penn State and Rutgers.
Yeah.
Or Maryland. We haven't really decided that one yet.
Yeah. So that was not the game that I wanted, Kyle. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to, before we go to this ad break, I really want to just paint the scene for you because
Yeah.
you're gonna
Paint the
look
scene.
at you're gonna look at me kind of funny here, but hear me out.
Okay.
Imagine the amount of cosplays of this man that you're gonna see when you roll into the big house.
Okay.
Week 3 against Central Michigan, and there's Connor Stallions everywhere.
The funniest
I mean-
possible thing, and of course Michigan fans have no sense of humor, so they're not going to do it. But the funniest possible thing they could all do is sit there with just their phone up recording, or
Oh,
at least
dude.
pretending to record. They won't do it because they don't have a sense of humor. but
But
it'd be
I mean,
great.
that's the ratings for that game will at least be increased by like 10 people. So
Some of them will be
it.
doing advanced scouting.
That's right. So there you have it.
There you have it.
There it is. Everyone's just gonna look exactly like that.
Goatee, sunglasses, hat, phone.
It's easy.
Pointed.
Everyone
You got to
can
do it.
that, right?
You got to do it.
It's
Come on,
easy.
Ann Arbor. Have a sense of humor. And Kyle, take us to this ad break.
All right. TheSloopcast.com, again, your go-to link for everything and anything Sloopcast related. Merch.thesloopcast.com if you want any of the merchandise that Jared has created, some really nice designed shirts on there, or if you want to support Jared and I but don't want any kind of podcast, head on over to 7071 .thesloopcast.com, where there's some really cool, still available until they get removed from the site for one reason or another, different just different things about Ohio, different towns, cities, some cool things that should never be removed, but somehow they do get removed. But check on over it if it does eventually get removed. You can find those and much more over at thesloopcast.com.
Kyle's trying to get me started on a TeePublic rant again. He's just
Copyright.
That's why I kept going and didn't want to have you just continue talking, Jared.
Well, too bad it's my turn. So now it is in fact my turn to talk, and you can't stop me. How about that? Doing our part, indeed.
I'm doing my part.
Let's see. Couple different places I can go here.
Pick 13.
It is in fact lucky pick 13. I'm gonna go. I don't have a game yet in 8 or 9 or 7. Those are the 3 I don't have a pick in yet.
Crazy decision on that order when you could have just 7, 8, 9. Crazy way to put that. 8, 9, 7. Yeah, sure. Okay.
8, 9, 7. Didn't even count down. If I look at those 3 weeks, I think there's one game that stands out from the rest, specifically looking at those 3 weeks. And I think it's going to be Penn State and Iowa.
Sure.
So I'm going to go week 8, Penn State and Iowa.
Fair enough. I really thought you were going to take my pick in week 9 here. I think there's a few options here. But I think I'm going to ride the Illini train and go Illinois and Washington.
Those are 2 very good picks.
Because those are 2 teams that I think people
that late into the season.
That's a real feast or famine sort of pick. That could be a huge game. But it also might be a game of 2 teams that people thought were going to do well but didn't. We might need a new sticker for Kyle. Maybe.
Well, I'm going to go here to my first wild card. Am I? No, I've got to play defense here. I'm going to go week 12 and I'll pick up Iowa USC.
Yeah, that makes sense. Iowa USC week 12.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't even know if that's my favorite game remaining in that week.
Yeah, there was another one I was trying to decide between, but it's week 12, but the other team that you're thinking of is going to be 4 and 7 by that point, or whatever it is, 4 and 6.
Right.
It's 2, decent brands.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, so I can go with picks 9 or 7, or rather weeks 9 or 7, because that's where I haven't gone yet. And I think or I can obviously go with a wild card pick. Looking around, seeing what I can snag. I think I'm gonna go with my second wild card pick. I'm gonna make sure to get one of the big three brands, or at least one of the three, not necessarily big three brands. There's more than three big brands. But I think
Best
the three
teams.
best teams
Perceived.
this year, yes. I'm gonna make sure to grab one of those, and I'm gonna go with a wild card pick: Minnesota at Oregon, Week 12.
Understandable.
All right.
Exactly, Spikes.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Jared. I am going to take
I mean,
one from a
fine.
week that you haven't picked from yet. I'm going to go with my second wild card. I'm going to go week 9. Wisconsin heading on over to Eugene.
I mean, I looked at that one. It's not like yeah. No, it's all good. I looked at that one. I weighed the risks.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 2 wild cards left. I haven't used any of my wild cards yet, so I'm gonna use one now because the only week I don't have a game for right now is week 6. And if any of you want to take another game from week 6, you go ahead. You
I got
do
one.
that.
I've got one listed left.
Please take it if you'd like. You're more than
Nah,
welcome.
I'm good.
So
There's a reason it's
with
still
that in
there.
mind, I will take basically the 2 biggest brands facing each other left. And I'm gonna go to week 10. I think it's week 10. Is it week 10? Oh no. Oh, I have this listed wrong. No, I'm not gonna go week 10. I'm gonna go to week. Where is it at? Sorry. I'll go to week 4 and take Michigan State and USC.
Yep.
That's a fair.
That was the
pick.
last one I had on there. Yep.
All right, back
Fair enough.
around to me. I now am forced to pick from 7 or 9. I now no longer have an option. And
Whichever one you take from, I will just take from the other one just to screw you over.
That's fine. I'll take UCLA, Indiana, week 9.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair enough. All right. So I have weeks 3 and 10 to pick. I guess I'll pick the name brand for week 10.
Yeah.
God, this is 2 games that Purdue is going to be on on here. Purdue
No Northwestern
heading
games,
over to the toilet bowl.
That's Kyle. You picked Purdue twice. Hang your head.
I
in
know.
Shame.
The ratings
I
are
know.
nosediving right now.
The Paramount stock is in the toilet. Our pets' heads are falling off. It's a disaster over here in CBS land.
I mean, was I going to pick Rutgers at Illinois? Or Indiana at Maryland?
No, you weren't.
Well, Indiana, Maryland.
I mean, if I was Jared, I'd be eyeing that Sparty versus Minnesota game, but I'm not Jared.
Well,
Yeah.
I have a wild card and then week 6 remaining, so I'll hold on to my week 6 because, well, I guess at this point I know what game I want. You guys can take it, so I'll just take my week 6 now.
right.
None of these games are any good,
No.
so I will just take. Let's take the. You know what? Let's take the big brand. We'll do Oregon at Rutgers. No, sorry, I'm dumb. Iowa at Rutgers.
I was about to say.
What week do I need? No, I'm a fool. I need week 6, right?
You need week 6.
You need week
Okay.
6. Yes.
Michigan State at Nebraska.
Congrats on that pick.
We're gonna show a big.
Purdue
We're gonna show a Big 12
at
game.
Purdue.
Purdue at Purdue. That would be
At Purdue. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All
right,
right,
Jared.
I am now forced
Last pick.
to pick week 7, a week I've been avoiding ever since Kyle screwed me.
I've got 2 games listed here, Jared. You can take one of them.
No. I mean, there are some crappy games here. There are some that at least have good brands involved. So I
Right.
have that going. And,
I think that's
I
that's
think
about all you got going.
I think you take the Penn State game for the sake of taking the Penn State game because it's the Penn State game.
Sure.
And that's
Isn't that
that's
also-
Northwestern got a game. Look at that.
Northwestern on the board.
Good for them.
Wow, look at that.
Your final pick, Northwestern.
And just
let
Northwestern.
that sink in. Let that sink in, Jared.
You took Purdue twice. Shut the hell up.
Should I pick Purdue for a third time in week 3? Week 3,
No.
the worst week of all the weeks there.
No.
I mean, just look at week 3. Look at week 3 there.
There's one game left. There's one game
You
left.
guys, you guys have picked Michigan versus Central Michigan, Ohio State versus Ohio. Like that's the best we can do.
Yes.
No, you can get a Big Ten game. Kyle, you can get a Big Ten game. Two Big Ten games there, really, right? Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to pick I almost want to pick Penn State versus Villanova, but I think I'm going to go with Oregon and Northwestern.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Oregon Northwestern.
Yeah,
That's the correct pick.
Yeah, that's yes. Of those two terrible choices, you picked the correct one.
To wrap it up, I'm gonna.
Austin, Penn State, Villanova.
It's an option. I'll take you through. I have 3 games that I'm eyeing between week 14, Iowa, Nebraska, but no one will really care about them by the end of the season. They're probably fighting for bowl eligibility. I guess 4 games. Week 5, I'm looking at Indiana, Iowa, opening up the Big Ten. They're, hopefully going to think that they can maybe get the 4th spot in the Big Ten, make the playoffs this year. Okay, fine. And then the last game, which is going to be the one that I'm going to go with here, is going to be a big brand. I was considering Nebraska, Cincinnati in week 1. I feel like that's a Big 10, Big 12 game, but instead I'm going to go with the debut of one Bryce Underwood and go Michigan, New Mexico week 1.
I don't hate it. I mean, you get the Michigan brand,
right? Debut of a new quarterback, freshman, shiny 5-star. Sure. For last pick of the draft, not bad.
No. Well, the Nebraska Cincinnati is interesting because it is being played in Lucas Oil Stadium. So that one would have been an interesting one.
That would have been my next pick if I would have had one more wild card. Would have been Nebraska Cincinnati. But yeah, thank you guys again for letting me stop by and do this with you again.
Absolutely.
I'd like to think I won again for the 3rd year in a row.
Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, jump down in the comments. Let me know. Actually, let me go ahead and throw it back up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know who you thought did the best. Let me actually full screen it real quick.
Yeah, Fox,
Kyle, what do you
CBS,
have?
or NBC.
What do you have in Kyle's corner, Kyle?
What do I have in Kyle's corner? Oh, gosh, sometimes I wish I was a little bit more prepared for this.
Me too.
Yeah.
Fair.
I really don't. I really don't. Yeah, I really don't, Jared. I'm trying to buy time here. I don't see no Z spikes. No.
Such shade in the chat. Thank God that's cut. The logos are still on it. I was about to say, thank God it's decolored, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, an interesting thing, I can not bringing politics in, but the whole see what happens here with the whole executive order on NIL. I know it's still fresh and new and all that still, but just be something interesting to kind of see in how this all plays out here. And if we go back to the old days of money under the table again here.
Yeah, well. Oh, Austin's power just went out. I thought he just got. I thought at the mere mention of politics, he just went like stoic face.
Straight face.
I thought is what happened there. Apparently, his power just went out.
No worries.
Hey, I mean, it's great timing, quite frankly.
Mhm.
Quite frankly, great timing. But yeah,
Yeah, and
let's
this is
just,
all about
because it's,
prohibit third party pay for play payments for college athletes is what this is, and I don't know where it's going to go, how it's going to play out, but just kind of something to keep an eye out and see how this develops.
we'll see. I'm not, it's too political for me to even get started on it, so I'm just not gonna. Um, all I'm gonna say, imagine the electoral fallout if it harms the SEC in any way. And that's it. That's the entirety of my commentary on that. All right, tonight's ending music, I'm going to go with a band out of the Ohio area, obviously, like we do every single week. Pop punk band, they go by the name Settle Your Scores. So with all that being said, I'd like to encourage everyone to drink local beer, listen to local music, and of course support your local podcasters. Once again, this is Settle Your Scores.